In 2012, Uganda had a problem. A landlocked problem. Oil had been discovered in the Albertine Graben, Kingfisher 1 in 2006, more wells in 2008, and more confirmations in 2009. By the time Total, CNOOC, and Talo, by the time they were done drilling, Uganda was sitting on about 6.5 billion barrels of reserves. But oil on the ground is useless. Uganda needed a way out. Now the first serious idea, it was simple. Take the oil from Hoima, move it through Kenya, and export it at Lamu under the Lapset Corridor. And that project had a name. It was called UKCOP, Uganda-Kenya Crude Oil Pipeline. In June 2013, President Yoweri Museveni and President Uhuru Kenyatta, they signed a bilateral agreement in Kampala to push it forward. In 2014, Toyota Tsusho Corporation did the feasibility study. The report estimated about 1,072 kilometers from Hoima to Lamu. The cost estimate, it was roughly $4.7 to $5 billion. On paper, it worked. But on the ground, things started to get complicated. The Kenya route had elevation challenges near Mount Elgon. That meant more pumping stations, more heating systems, more cost. And remember something very important. Ugandan crude is waxy. It must be heated along the entire route or it solidifies. So the terrain matters. Then there was land. Kenya uses a freehold land system. Compensation disputes, they're already slowing down the SGR between 2014 and 2017. So the Ugandan technocrats, they saw that. They calculated the delays. Now add security. Between 2014 and 2016, Kenya suffered major Al-Shabaab attacks. Mpeketoni in 2014, Garissa University in April 2015, El Ad in January 2016. Total Energies flagged the Northern Kenya route as a risk in late 2015 because security premiums would rise, insurance costs would rise, and investors don't like uncertainty. While Kenya was pushing Lamu, Tanzania was moving quietly. In October 2013, Uganda and Tanzania signed a memorandum exploring a southern route from Hoima to Tanga. By 2015, Uganda commissioned parallel studies for that option. The numbers started speaking. The Tanga route was longer, about 1,443 kilometers, but it was flatter. There would be fewer elevation changes, fewer pumping stations, lower land compensation costs, and an estimated capital cost of about $3.5 to $4 billion. That's roughly $1 billion cheaper than Lamu. Then the transit tariffs. Tanzania offered about $12.2 per barrel. Kenya's range was between $12.6 to $15.9 per barrel. Now I know it may look small, but at 216,000 barrels per day, that difference compounds fast. Now politics enters the room. Museveni, he has deep historical ties with Tanzania. He was in exile there in the 1970s. Tanzania's army under Julius Nyerere, it helped remove Idi Amin in 1979. In April 2016, during the 13th Northern Corridor Summit in Kampala, Museveni announced Uganda's preference for Tanzania.